Hello everyone, my name is Nicolle Mathison. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an update and while doing my makeup. So I just thought that it would be a fun idea. So here we go. So, what I have learned is that I am a Maybelline girl because most of their makeup just locks in and stays on. Also, I love Wet n Wild because of the same reason. All right. So the first thing that I will be putting on is my primer, which is retinol serum with hyaluronic acid. It has vitamin E and aloe vera, and it's great for anti-aging, and it's tacky when I put it on, like it dries on tacky, and then it's not tacky anymore. So what I normally do is I put it on my face and my neck because we want the neck to match the face later on in life. This is what it looks like. And I'm telling you guys, it looks pretty bad. Don't judge me. All right. So, life update number 1. I am coming to you from South Korea. That is my second assignment after Las Vegas at Nellis Air Force Base. I have been assigned to the 51st Fighter Wing at Osan Air Base. And I will be here doing a short tour for 12 months. I have no dependents and I no longer have my cat. I left her with my family. So it's just me, and while I am here, I'm in quarantine. But while I'm here, my goal is to basically do a lot of reading and get a leg up on my YouTube videos. So I want to upload 1 video a week, and it's gonna be a stretch because of all the updates and goals that I am about to update you guys on. So that is my first update to share with my primer. All right, so next that I will be using is the Maybelline Up to 30 Hour Foundation. It's in 310 Sun Beige. This is what it looks like. And yeah, it stays on there. I've never tested it past like, 12 hours, but it stays on there. It's locked on once I put it on. Fun fact, for my beauty blender, I don't get it wet. This is my beauty blender, and I don't like to wet it because it makes my makeup really slippery. So I just put it on directly, and then it just goes on my face, and it just stays on there forever. I am going to school, doing a full-time active duty job along with a master's degree, taking 2 classes online through Harvard. That's like, I'm tapping out. It was so hard, but I'm so proud of myself. Hello friends. So really quick, I got some feedback from my friends and family, and they wish that I expounded more on my Harvard experience. So really quick, I'm gonna provide some background on the program itself and what I'm doing and why. I am applying still for the IR program via Harvard Online, and to do that and get accepted, I need to pass 3 prereq classes. I've passed 2 of them, 1 with an A and 1 with a B. The classes that I'll be taking here in the fall, because my first semester was this spring, one of them will be my last hurdle to jump in order to get fully accepted into the program. So once I pass that class, I will be accepted into the program, hopefully, right? That's the plan. And in order to become a foreign affairs officer, I need to have a master's in international relations. Hence why I am doing this whole program to begin with. And really quick to clarify, you can take classes and go to the school, but in order to get fully admitted into the program that you want, you have to do this. You have to pass the classes that they tell you to pass. You cannot score below a B or else the classes won't count. Bonus detail. Experience-wise, the hardest thing that I had to deal with was working at a Pacific Standard Time with their Eastern Standard Time deadlines. And this is gonna really test my endurance because now I'm working off of a completely opposite time zone because I'm in Korea. So I'm having to wake up at 4 a.m. to make their mandatory 5 p.m. lectures. So that's going to be interesting. Stay tuned for more updates. So back to your regularly scheduled programming. I normally don't use concealer because this does a pretty good job. But if I do use it, I use the Revlon Color Stay. And it does a really good job at staying. I'm telling you, anything that just stays and locks and loads in place, like I am all for it. I will invest. I am not the type of person also that's gonna throw money at makeup. All right, next is my powder. I love this because it's also Maybelline. It's called Fit Me, and it's in shade 230. Natural Buff is the shade of it, and I love it because this specific line of Fit Me, like, I don't have patience. So I am not that type of person that's gonna bounce from drugstore to drugstore to find my shade. But the shades vary ever so slightly enough that I can just find another shade and I can make it work. Like, it will go onto my face and it won't look extremely off from my neck or the foundation underneath. So right now I'm wearing 230, but I've definitely had a different color before this one. This is the Bare Minerals brush. I stole it from my mom, and I do have other brushes, but I really like this one because it's very well made. I like the consistency, and the little hairs don't fall off. Definitely had that because, like I said, your girl is frugal. All right, update number 3. Really quick. For my master's, the reason why I'm doing it in international relations is because later on down the line, I like to keep my options open. And if PA doesn't end up panning out for whatever reason, like they have cuts in the career field, because that's happened before, or, you know, whatever, you just never know. I would like to be a foreign affairs officer, and foreign affairs officers, they do diplomacy on behalf of the U.S. with other countries. So they send you to school to learn the language that you qualify in based on the DLAB test, which is a test that you take on a fictitious language, and it measures your ability to learn other languages. So I scored a 124, which I believe is pretty good. I did qualify to learn Russian, which I think it's in the 4th tier, like it's up there, and it's exactly what I wanted. I went to Latvia for my StratCom NATO internship, and I really was fascinated by the culture, from their food to like how they interact with each other, and like their history, like the Baltic countries. Like, so naturally I would be, if I have to do diplomacy on behalf of the US with a great power competitor, it would be Russia. I would say over China. I find the language really fascinating. We shall see how that goes, but that's why I am doing it right now as a lieutenant, because I also know this is the time that I'm gonna have the most time to do my master's. Because I know as I move up the ranks, and I do want to be a lifer, at least 20 years, my time is gonna decrease a lot for various reasons. Okay, up next is I'm gonna contour, and this is with Wet n Wild. It's called the Contour Palette. I like to use this to chisel out my cheekbones, and then if I do too much, if I'm too heavy-handed with that, then I use this to kind of neutralize it a little bit. That's what it looks like. Okay, that's kind of harsh. So just do that a little bit. That up there. Okay, cool beans. That's cool. That's good enough for me. Okay. All right, so my next update is my work-life goals. So I definitely am a person that had no work-life balance when I was at Nellis. My office teases me a lot because, well, my Nellis office, PA shop, teased me a lot because I slept at work one time. And that was because a paper was due that night, and I live 40 minutes away from the base, and by the time that I would get home, unpack, and set up again to finish my paper, the paper would be due because I was running off of Eastern Standard Time deadlines, which that was a struggle and a half. So yeah, I slept one time, and then apparently, like, I did it all the time. No, I didn't. But that I didn't have work-life balance, that was totally true. I joined the CGOC so I could make friends, and, you know, I was the president. That was awesome. But then eventually I had to step down from presidency, and I stopped hanging out as much with other officers, and I just went all into school and my job, because if you really take full advantage of all the opportunities that you have to lead and learn in the PA shop at Nellis, you'll be busy. You'll definitely get your assignments worth there. So I was that person that like went all in, because I tend to be kind of extreme most of the time. And so I went all school and all work and hardly anything in between. So I call my mom and I call my best friends that live in New York and all over the country. And so that was my balance. And I hate to admit it, but I even like me and Jesus fell off for a little bit. Like, I was not spending as much time in my quiet time and reading the Bible, and I wasn't cooking for myself, and I definitely let this channel go, which was not great. So moving forward, one of my goals is to make friends, and I want to make friends with, even though I did not let my fitness go, I want to do like activities like dancing that serve dual purpose, so I can find like-minded friends that love dancing while also getting my workout in. And then of course I do still weightlifting, but it'll be fun, and I need an outlet to express myself more than just PA, because PA is a creative job on its own, but something that's not work related. So yes, moving on, I am going to do blush. And my blush is from Wet n Wild 2, and it is in the shade called Pearlescent Pink. This is the case, and that's the color. I normally do not wear blush, so when I had black hair, I am more or less like a ginger, like a brownish ginger now, because it brings out the color of my eyes. I know you can't really tell right now because my daylight is definitely going down, but it brings out my eyes when I'm in like regular lighting, and I really like that, because one of the things that I didn't flaunt a lot in the past was my eyes. I would wear contacts, but now I love my eyes and I want to flaunt them. So I changed my hair color and I like it, and because I'm a ginger, I like to wear blush now. I like to keep most of my makeup really natural, as natural as I can. Sometimes I am pretty heavy-handed. I try not to be though. Just natural glow. Okay. Also, I want to start cooking for myself again. I am not domesticated whatsoever. I definitely did the frozen meals thing and the salad kits, which I want to continue to do, definitely the salad kits, especially when I'm on the run. But I want to learn how to fall in love with the process of cooking, and cooking like my body does really well with vegetables, and like a vegetarian diet. Not necessarily vegan. I don't need to go all the way there, but vegetarian, yes, and seafood, yes. I have learned that's where my body is most happy. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is highlighter. This is in the Golden Flower Crown 333B shade. That's it right there. And then it looks like this. It's golden and I really like it. It's subtle. It's really subtle, and I love that. And I just do it in like the high points, Cupid's bow, and then a little bit of my chin. And then that's it. Okay, next I'm going to do mascara. So, full transparency, this is my second time filming this video. The struggle was so real, guys. I use this one. It's from CoverGirl. This is the only product that I use from CoverGirl, and this is the base that I use because it really isolates my like each lash. So then I come later with the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express waterproof, because we like it lock and loaded over here. And it really does add volume, but by then it's okay because everything has been isolated on its own, and then it looks like this. So yeah, and I already have some on, as you can tell, because this is my second time recording this, because it was the struggle. But I'm gonna just put a little bit more, and then I'm gonna curl my lashes. Oh Lord, I got some on my forehead. And next, I would normally do my eyebrows, but because I recently dyed my eyebrows and I really like the color of them and how natural they look, because I also just got them waxed right before I moved here, I'm not gonna mess with them. But I will show you what I normally use. I use the Revlon Color Stay in the shade of 215 Auburn, because I think this does a really good job of like matching my hair color. And this is what it looks like. And so this is the tip of it, and I really like it for the most part. The only thing is like sometimes it goes in really thick and I don't like that. So I go in with a spoolie and just like brush it out, and then sometimes it still has some pigment on it, and so I just need to just use the spoolie and it does the trick, and I really like it. And I'll do a little test. That's the color of it. And I think it matches well my hair. And it stays, it really does. Like, sometimes I go into the gym after work, and I know I'm terrible, I should take my makeup off, but I don't take my makeup off. I just switch clothes and I just go in, because it's only a matter of time before I crash, TBH, to be honest. And so, as she sips on the monster, I know it's terrible. So yes, next update is I'm really looking into investments like Bitcoin and essential metals, precious metals is what it's called. Just like as a plan B. Again, I love my plan A and my plan B's and C's and D's. So if you guys would like me to do a video on that and everything I'm learning from that so far, please let me know. I would love to do that. You know, I love to share knowledge. Let's all be winners. Oh, really quick, I forgot to do. This is really dirty, but I'm gonna curl my lashes. So I remember the first time I saw an eyelash curler, I was like, what is that? Contraption, like, and no one taught me how to do it. I just learned it and I was hooked. Normally I wear falsies, but I've been letting my eyelashes grow back, and I really like how they're looking now that they're growing back. Okay, I'm gonna just put a little bit of lip balm, because soon I will be putting on my matte liquid lipstick, and it really sometimes dries out my lips. TBH. But that's okay, because I love the color and I love how it stays. It lock and loads, and we love that. This one does anyway. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is God. Like I said earlier, I really did fall off the wagon. I wasn't spending time with God, and I was relying solely on my understanding and my abilities, and I burnt out, guys. I burnt out so hard, and it was becoming a lot to juggle, and I wasn't sleeping at night. And now I'm starting to dive back into my daily devotionals and reading the Bible and really relying on God again, and praying and whatever is out of my control, just surrendering that, and it's helping so much. And it's strengthening my relationship with God again. Like I feel again like I have a direct line to God. Before I did not feel like that. And it like, what is success if God's not in it? I feel like it's very empty. So I'm gonna do eyeshadow next. This is the palette that I use. I started using this especially when I dyed my hair red. It's the Naked Urban Decay Heat palette, and I dropped it one time and I definitely broke some eyeshadows right there and right here, but you can tell which one I use most. It's this one, and then I use this one on top to give it a little shimmer. And I love it because it brings out the copper in my hair, which I just think it looks really pretty. I know I'm a little rough with my face. Like I'm not gentle. It's mostly because I'm always on the go, and so I don't have time to be gentle. So even when I'm not in a rush, like the habit stays, it just sticks. So here we go. I really need to learn how to be more gentle with my face, because I feel like I'll pay for that later. Hopefully not, right? Hopefully not. And then I'm gonna use this one. I just used that one. Now I'm gonna use this one to just add a little shimmer. Just add a little shimmer and a little red. A little red. A little coral. I love this. I love this palette. I really like it. And then I just go in with my finger and I just spread it a little bit. Because we don't want to look like we just raised each other from the dead. There we go. Nice. Okay. Next is lips. Lips. So, oh my god, this is awful. This looks awful. I almost don't want to show you guys. Okay. This is also Maybelline, again with the Maybelline. It's Super Stay, again with the Lock and Loaded, and it's matte ink. And this is what it looks awful, you guys. I'm sorry. And it's in the shade 70. But normally I have something less brown, and it has more pink in it. Yeah. This is really dark. Okay. All right. So this is the look. Those are my updates for right now. I'm super excited. While I'm here, I'm going to be reading a lot on PACAF guidance, DOD guidance, the mission of the 51st, and then ROK, Republic of Korea, and their mission and how they work with us. And so I can better advise and educate my leadership on how to better communicate those missions to preserve those community relations. I'm so excited, you guys. Also, I'm gonna have a little bit more weight and say in the office, which is scary and exciting at the same time. I am very excited to learn from my captain. I'll leave it at that. I'm very excited. So yes, my goal is to upload 1 video per week. It's a very lofty goal with everything that I'm gonna be taking on. I'm gonna be taking on 2 more classes this fall, and of course working. And of course, I wanna do my dance classes. And I want to have friends, not just the ones that I call, even though those will always be my ride or die, and they will always get that phone call. But just be a little bit more well-rounded. I think that's important. Stay safe, and I can't wait to interact with you guys more soon in the near future. Take care.